What's up guys, welcome back to another tutorial on Blender. Today I'll be teaching you how to make quick and easy simple grass on Blender, and I'll be explaining to you the fundamentals of all the particles and how everything works. So let's begin. So first we want to highlight our cube. This will be our grass object, so we just call it our grass object. You don't have to do this, it's just for the sake of, organization. Want to go to this tab called Particle Properties. It's three dots coming off of one main dot, and press the plus symbol to add a particle system. We want to press hair, tick advanced. So basically what we are doing here is we are emitting a particle from our object, in our case this cubed, our grass object, and we are emitting a hair particle. Alright? We can adjust the size and everything with the hair length, make it a bit smaller. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go to our modeling, Control B. I'm just going to scroll a little bit, and I'm just going to round the corners of our cube, so it makes a bit of a nicer shape. What we can now do is go to physics, and now here you can mess with the browning and the drag. It messes with the shape of the hair. Okay, that looks alright. And just up the hair length to around, let's say 10,000? No, 20,000. That hopefully should be enough. So now, actually I'm going to up it to 50,000. Sorry. Right, so that should be enough hopefully. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go into my view image, and I want to change the color to around a greenish, darkish green, set around there. There. Maybe a bit. There you go. Right now it doesn't look like much, but that's why we need to add our shader in. When you turn it to shader, it looks a bit better, but still doesn't look that good. So when I change it to our light and turn to sun, what we want to do is decrease it to around 6 or 7 and change the angle of it. Why is this here? Oh, this is the reflection, my bad. And you want to make sure that roughness is all the way to 1, so that means you can't see anything below here. What I'm also going to do, since my shape is a bit unusual, I'm going to mess with the browning a bit more, just so it covers the corners. There you go, that should be good enough. A bit more dampness. There you go, so it just covers the corners a little bit. So now we have our little basic little cube. We want to go into our render, or our scene, and change it to cycles, and change the resolution to 200 each. If you closely examine, our grass is a bit thick and chunky, isn't it? So what we want to do is we want to go back into our particle settings, go to something called the hair shape, and we can change the diameter of our roots. I'm going to change the root to 0.1 and the tip to 0.1. As you can see, it's very thin and it looks kind of weak. So what I'm going to do instead of that is up it to 0.25. It's starting to add a bit of thickness, can you see? But obviously there's more gaps. So you can just message this as much as you want to make it whatever. You can make it thick, thin. It's all up to you how you want to make your grass look in your render or your scene. If you are going for a more thinner, I would suggest upping it. Just upping your number of grass particles. So now what we can do, once we've got our colour what we want and we've set up our lighting, we can maybe just, adjust our colour a little bit. Make it look a bit more natural. Obviously this isn't the best way to make grass because you can't really add as much features and you can't really make it look like proper grass. But it's an alright way, it's a decent way. And what now we can do is we can just press render and see what it looks like. Yeah, so this is our final outcome. It doesn't really look like grass 100%. It looks like, a pot noodle, or it looks like noodles more than it actually does grass. But I hope this helped. This is a quick and easy way I will be posting a more difficult way that will be out soon, in 1 or 2 days after this post, or maybe just after this post. I hope this helped anyone. If it did, please consider subscribing. It really helps and supports the channel. In the description, I will have links to my Twitter. There you can have a look at the projects that we will be making, that I'm making. And you have a look what's happening in the community. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time in another tutorial. See yous.